Baker Family Show. Our special guests are Alex and Morgan Mitchell. Our co-host today is Reverend Mondo de la Vega. And now, here are your hosts, Pastors Jim and Lori Baker.
Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
This is a very, very special program.
It really is.
And I am back on television by the will of God. And I believe it's time to get ready, Mondo.
Yeah.
Do you believe we're living in Revelation times?
Oh, 100%. It's so later than what we think. We say that a lot, but it's really late.
I'm preaching very close to the 6 and 7 and Revelation. And we're there.
He's talking about
Revelation.
preaching about Revelation 6 and 7.
That's right.
Yes.
And we're there, you know.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
And so I don't want anybody to go through things that will cause them to take the mark of the beast. And if you have food, you'll not take it.
No, and I think what happens a lot of times is that we get the information later, and then we don't want to be responsible for later. But if you learn now, later becomes very important for what we're doing. The book of Revelation is all about the prophecy of Jesus Christ and the warnings that must take place before his return. Don't get stuck on fighting theology. Don't get stuck in fighting who's right and who's wrong. The Bible is right according to what we believe in, right?
Amen.
Not your opinion, not my opinion, but the Bible warned us. And before Revelation, God began to warn his people from Genesis. And we saw it with the life of Joseph. Yeah. And we saw it with the life of Noah. We saw it with the life of David, Esther. God prepares a time for this, but his people have to be awake in order to understand what this season looks like for us. Because you said it years ago, there'll be a time where you're going to have to hold up the Bible on one hand and the headlines on another and compare them and see where we are. But most people don't understand that it's far later than what we think. Because when you look at prophecy, let me give you one headline and then I'll be quiet. This headline signals that we are in the book of Revelation. When you hear this,
We are.
Global food shortages will hit the world like a freight train in 6 to 9 months because virtually nothing will get through the Strait of Hormuz now. Now, how important is that Hormuz? It's very important, especially in the geopolitical concept that we're talking right now. But at the same time, where's that Hormuz located? It's in the Bible. It's in Iran. It's or around Israel. And when Israel gets involved, many prophets have said, you better pay attention because God is trying to speak to us. God has always done something special with Israel.
I don't care when the tribulation takes place. Just be ready before or after.
Yeah, because you know why? Famine doesn't care if you're pre and all that. What it cares is, do you know the Bible? The key is, and maybe we'll discuss even Matthew 25. You know, we're in Matthew 24, but also Matthew 25 gives you the comfort to get through Matthew 24. But we have to keep our eyes on Jesus, keep our eyes on the Word. What does God have to say about his people? Why do we prepare? And God gives us the simplicity of heirloom seeds to help us get prepared.
Yes.
And I want to tell you something. Pay attention to today's program.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to introduce again Morgan and Alex Mitchell.
Yes.
Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
Girls.
Thanks for having us.
Just quickly, tell
It's
me,
an honor, really.
why did you invent these miracle seeds? Really, they're marvelous.
Yeah, well, it started with a dream, a God dream. Back almost 20 years ago, family member had a dream and came and shared it with us. And in the dream, I'll summarize it. There was a sharing of seeds, with actually 3 seeds dropped into someone's hand in a back alley. And in the dream, they knew it was the end of days, that we were in a cataclysmic time in human history, and they were meeting up to do a deal. It was almost like a drug deal. And they were meeting in an alley, and there was an exchange of silver. So someone dropped silver into the hand of this person, and they dropped 3 seeds into their hand, and they said, so these will regrow? And they said, yeah. And they took off. And we started researching seeds and realized that at that time, only 10% of seeds fruit and vegetable seeds in the nation of America would regrow year after year. They're called heirloom seeds, as Mondo just said. And we thought, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So if there's a disruption in how we do life, our food supply, what are we going to do? So then Alex put together a bunch of kits basically for friends and family and gave them out. And from that, we realized, man, we can't just contain this to friends and family. We have to get these heirloom seeds into as many homes as possible right now. And so that's really the backstory for how ARC started.
This book that comes in the package, in the big tube, the ARC heirloom seeds, and it's a seed guide, really, how to plant, when to plant, and all about it. And it's on every one of the seeds. It's fantastic. It's what anybody who doesn't know how to plant a garden.
And we have a special right now that we don't want you to miss. This is an all-in-one seed kit prepper special. You buy 4 and get 1 free. This right here has become a very popular one because not only you get one for yourself, but you can pass them out to your family, to your friends. And we got it for Christmas one year.
Yes.
And so listen, call right now, 1-888-988-1588, and get more information on this special that we got going on today, where you get 4 and you buy 4 and get 1 free. I almost gave 4 away. Not good, not good.
It has the zone maps, for wherever you live, when to plant, how to, they have done, Alex and Morgan, you guys have done so much research. This is incredible. I'm blown away by it, actually. And I also love, and Alex, you guys hit it on the last broadcast, I guess I really didn't realize, because mine is still, we still have ours. Right there in my pantry. I see it every single day. I hope you guys still have yours, Mondo.
We do.
I gave every single family member for Christmas. Not every family, but each family.
Yeah.
Because with a big family, got this for Christmas. And I'm telling you that I really didn't realize about the medicinal type seeds you have in there. That's impressive.
I want them to talk about something that, at least for me, is very foreign, but talk about the Victory Gardens.
Yes.
What is the concept of that? Where did it come from? Because I think the Victory Gardens, we're going to need them today like they did in the Great Depression, right? So can you explain that?
Yeah, so they were started Great Depression, but then they really ramped up World War I and World War II. What happened was a lot of the men were gone and there was no food. It was not like you could go to a grocery store like today. But even then, there was major disruption in food supply because the government was focused on the war efforts. And so over 50% of Americans started a backyard garden. And what happened was, because so many people were doing these gardens, they called them victory gardens. And in other words, it was like everyone pitching in to get victory in the war. That's hence the name Victory Garden. There was so much produce being grown and food being grown because over 50% of people had a garden that there was a surplus. If you can imagine, there were so many people doing backyard gardens that they had a surplus of food. Imagine how far we are from that now. The issue was, and I know I mentioned this in the first episode, back then, almost all, I would say, I don't know the percentage, but 90% of seed was heirloom, and it would regrow year after year after its own type and kind. So all the seed that you would have to grow food, you knew it was going to regrow that year if you harvested the seed. That's not the case today. Only 2% of seed is heirloom, so only 2% will regrow. But could we be in another situation where we have to do something like Victory Gardens? Yes, I think we very well could be.
I think we ought to call them Victory Gardens. I'm old enough that I remember those gardens. And my family, my grandma, everybody planted.
Did all your family have Victory Gardens?
Oh, yes, my God.
See? Oh, my
Even
goodness.
Grandma, Grandma Irwin, she's quite a planter. I mean, and she raised chickens and,
Okay.
my grandma's a sweet old lady, but I'll tell you, she swing that neck of that chicken and cook it and get stuff from the garden, Mondo.
I have to say, I would have to be starving for that one, which I'll do.
That's
it
what
if
I
have
learned.
to. Okay.
And so Victory Gardens, you may need them real soon.
Yeah.
So
This is amazing.
I just beg you to get seeds so you'll be prepared. So tell them again how many seeds are in this tube?
We have in the tube, there is 50,000 seeds and 70 different varieties of vegetables, fruits, and herbs. We have culinary herbs to cook with. We have medicinal herbs to make your own medicine. And in that seed guide, it will teach you how to do that. So I had no idea at the beginning how to make an echinacea tincture for my kids who have a cold, or, a salve to put on a burn.
Yeah.
It's all in that book to teach you how to grow it, how to make your own different forms of medicine. So it's not just food to eat, but it's medicine as well. So.
Oh man, this is powerful, Alex. I don't think I actually really got this before.
Alex and Morgan, do you realize how far we into the book of Revelation, that we're in times now? People need to be ready now. If you read Revelation, these are going to be perilous times. I don't want to scare people, but we're going to have tragedy on top of tragedy. I mean, whole cities, I believe, are going to be bombed, and that's in the United States. But we're facing, if you read the Revelation, you see, and so the stores won't be open, the trucks won't even be driving to deliver the food. So if you have seeds, you can plant a garden in your own backyard or in little boxes in your window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just like to encourage everybody watching to start practicing now and not to wait for if there is no groceries in the store. It's hard because we go to the store and we still see food, or we see, the shelves being full. But we have a window of time right now to practice and learn the skill of how to garden and grow your own food. And if you're not able to physically, join up with family members or neighbors, to help. You can supply the seeds. Maybe you can build a team to learn how to do it now while we have a window of time and not to wait.
Yeah, that's an excellent point.
And what she's saying
I'm
is
going to do that.
You got to have a tribe around you to help you build faith and encouragement on how to do this. I want to show something that we're offering, because you're not going to want to miss this. And you say, well, how do I get started? Well, they have done all the job for you and I. What we get to do is sit down and watch, and then we go and do. I want you to watch this, because this is something that they have created that we're offering. It's a 9-hour, can you imagine, 9-hour video of teaching us on how to get prepared from water. I mean, I don't want to give it all away. I want you to watch this and then call us 1-888-988-1588. And better yet, what they have done is you can pay in 4 installments, so you don't have to pay all up front, but you can, listen, we're doing it. We're trying to do everything we can so you can get this. So watch this, and then when you call us, we'll walk you through on how to order it. Watch this.
Did you know that 1 in 3 Americans identify as preppers, but only about 5% have the most elementary of supplies, like a 3-day stock of food or basic water filtration? That's a problem where things are going, and we simply cannot be one of the 95% that have deceived ourselves into thinking that we're prepared, but in actuality, we haven't gone through the most basic steps to get there. Hi, this is Morgan.
And I'm Alex, the founders of ARC Seed Kits and Now Prepare Tribe. 15 years ago, we started an heirloom seed company to help our friends and family grow their own food and have a tangible plan for feeding themselves when they can't go to the grocery store.
And since then, we have sold heirloom seed kits to people all over the world. Not only that, but we've grown in our own homesteading skills, practical preparedness skills, and self-reliance. Right now, we have a passion to pass those skills along to as many people as possible to get prepared in these uncertain times. We put together a comprehensive docuseries that will help anyone, from the novice to the most advanced person, grow in their preparedness skills. In our docuseries, we cover everything from gardening to make your own healing tinctures to building a bug out bag and storing your own food. We give simple, no-nonsense ways to help you get ready, because with everything going on, we simply don't have time to wait another year to get prepared. Just recently, we've seen political and social unrest, we've seen food prices go through the roof, a threat of another global war, and even a rise in violent and senseless crime across the nation. We want to help you and your family get ready for what's coming.
The series is called Prepare, Protect, Provide, and its aim is to help as many people as possible do just that.
So join us in our garden, on our property, in our kitchen, as we help teach and coach you to get in your own personal preparedness plan. Do not get left standing with the masses in shock and chaos. Let us help you on your journey. Thank you.
Okay, how do I get this, Mondo?
You call 1-888-988-1588, and it's available right now.
Okay, Morgan, Alex, this is brilliant.
But that's a long
Okay, so
documentary.
9 hours.
9 hours.
Is it expensive?
No,
What do they do?
listen, 4 installments of the original price. That means that you don't have to pay up front the whole deal, but they have made it where you can pay in installments, and that right there gives access to this immediately. Prepare, Protect, Provide. This right here is a must-watch. You got to share it with your family and your friends. They teach you how to build your trust tribe. 3 parts Prepper's Playbook: Prepare, Protect, Provide. Water-wise, the necessity of water. Forever Foods, growing and storing your own food. Shelter strategies, secure your tribe, preparing your homestead. Medical must-haves. Ooh, I like that one. Practical tips and trips. That right there, and much more. Listen, can you guys tell us more about what this project that you put together, a 9-hour docuseries?
Yeah, it was born out of demand. So many people were coming to us and saying, guys, it's not enough to just learn how to grow our own food, or can you put something together outside of the seed guide that can help us practically? And so many things have been going to video and digital. So yeah, out of that, we said, you know what, let's really go after this and give people what we think is every element of preparedness in a way that's healthy, not fear-based, and also gives them practical tools for self-reliance, and I would say interdependence as well. And the reason I say that is because even the name Prepare Tribe, through all of our research and what we've learned practically, it's super important that we have a group of people that we're running with. Otherwise, we can get into so many traps. So that's where Prepare Tribe came from, what you just see. It was really out of so many people asking us, can you guys please put something together? And that's where that came from.
And something to add, I don't know, most people watching and you guys in the studio would probably agree, but we all learn the best by just watching and hands-on, rather than, there's so many books and there's so many different, articles you can read and everything, but we just really wanted to make it practical. It's on our 40-acre farm with our family, just kind of how we do life and just teach you hands-on. And it ended up being 9 hours. So
okay, so do you think that Jim and Lori and Mondo could come take a trip up there and see you? I'd love to see what you do up there. Oh my goodness! But we can see it through the docuseries, right, Mondo?
Absolutely. Give us a call right now, 1-888-988-1588. We want to give you more information on how you can download this docuseries right now.
Alex, we are in a time in the last days where people are going to want to barter because the money's going to be gone. That's right. The Bible said they'll throw gold and silver in the streets. So I believe the Bible, and we need to be prepared. Do you think we're entering a bartering system eventually?
Yeah, I definitely have seen that. Jim, over the years. We've been in business now for 18 years. And even talking to financial advisors, Edward Jones and, some of the bigger names out there today are really sharing the importance of diversifying your assets, which seeds have now entered into that conversation. So we're no longer just talking about gold and silver, mutual funds and everything. Now seeds are entered into that same category. And when you are reading the scripture, Jim, it is important to remember, but there could come a time where you can't eat gold and silver. I mean, you could have a wheelbarrow full of silver, but you need to feed your family. So at that point, what would become more valuable? So yeah, I think it's important to look at heirloom seeds as an investment. We've had a lot of customers and have met a lot of families over the years who have purchased multiple seed kits because they want one to use to grow on their farm, and then they purchase a bunch more to set aside, almost like a savings account. So I definitely think it's important for sure.
That is okay. First of all, so you're saying that seeds are now a part of like commodities, and
here
that is incredible.
Here in the Ozarks, it is. I see it all the time. People are bartering. Listen, what happens
all the time.
What happens is that you have to look at it as, oh, wow, this is overwhelming. Take one thing. If you can become a specialist on growing watermelon, if you become a specialist on just growing watermelon, that gives you the security to barter your watermelons for eggs. Another person, they know how to grow eggs with their chickens and all that, so they focus just on the chickens. My sister, your daughter, focuses on bread. She does bread. So guess what? Once you master one seed, go to the next seed. You don't have to do 20 seeds at the same time. Master one seed at a time. Right? Because then it's not overwhelming.
Right.
I want to see you grow something.
I'm going to, don't worry. And I'm going to send my first picture to Alex, and she'll be proud.
I want to ask you guys, if you could sit down with America's family for 5 minutes, what would you tell them?
With America's family?
Yeah.
Well.
Oh boy, 5 minutes. I would say don't be in fear. We cannot live in fear right now. I would say number two, get a simple plan and share that plan with whoever your tribe is, which would lead to number three, figure out who your tribe is. Write it down. If it's friends or family or church community, someone that you can meet with on a regular basis and talk through some of this stuff and actually hatch out a tangible plan that's written down and communicated with each other. And then the other thing I would say is make sure you have some basic necessities, a week-long, 72-hour emergency plan in place or supplies ready to go. That's what I would say. For 5 minutes, though, if I could, I know you guys mentioned this too. If I can mention one more thing, Jim.
Yes.
Go.
Jesus, you mentioned Matthew 25, Mondo, early on. Matthew 24 to me is like Jesus summarizing the book of Revelation, which, as you mentioned, was the revelation of Jesus Christ. This is his greatest hour. We do not need to be in fear. This is the unveiling of him as the Son of Man. But he concludes Matthew 24 into Matthew 25. In our Bibles, they have a chapter break, but he didn't do a chapter break. He went right into Matthew 25. And he summarized Matthew 24 because the disciples are asking him, what should we do? What's the sign of the times? How should we be prepared? And he went through all of Matthew 24. But in Matthew 25, it's really clear. He lays out there's 10 virgins. There's 5 that are wise and 5 that are foolish. And the 5 that are wise, they prepared. But they prepared by getting oil for their lamps. And oil to me, and I'm sure you guys would say the same thing, is radical obedience to Jesus right now, and also making sure we have a intimate prayer life with him and his Holy Spirit and abide in his presence. There's no more important thing than doing that. It seems really interesting how we would respond with that But Jesus himself says that's the most important, the preeminent thing as we see Matthew 24 coming, is that all of us get oil. We need extra oil for ourselves, because the more we see in the headlines, like Mondo mentioned, there's famines. We're seeing it. There's global cataclysm coming. There's wars and rumors of wars. All these things are yet the beginning of the birth pangs. And then when we see those things in front of us and in the headlines, we have to say, you know what, right now is the time. We need oil personally. We don't have time to not have oil. So I would say that as well.
Yes, that it is. And I'm so glad that you said that, because there's not like Matthew 24 and Matthew 25. Jesus was just speaking. And when you look at right above that, right in Matthew 24, sign of hypocrites, it's like, hypocrites, were there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth, and it goes straight into the king. Then the kingdom of heaven shall look like 10 virgins. That is so brilliant what you just pointed out about being prepared in our hearts with our oil level.
Please be prepared. I've spent my life trying to get people ready for these days. I'm teaching Revelation now, and I believe we're almost in the middle of Revelation. Things are happening. Everything you see around you, the wars, the rumors of wars, the earthquakes, all of it's in the Bible. It's true. And how many of you you're watching me on television, so you bought a television. You spend hundreds of dollars to buy a television. But food, your television won't work in the end days because there'll be no electricity. But food will help you to make it through perilous times. So call us 1-888-988-1588 and order your food today. And it's a key to getting through the Revelation days and not take the mark of the beast. Because if you take the mark of the beast, you go to hell, not heaven. So God loves you. I love you. Lori loves you. Mondo loves you. Most important, God loves you. Don't ever let anybody tell you you sin too much or something like that, craziness. Jesus died because all have sinned. Okay? So give your life to Jesus.
Yeah.
Serve him and live forever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. One day, I'm going to talk about heaven for a whole show just because I want you to know about it, because heaven is too good to miss. It's forever. God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Morgan. You're the best. I love you guys. Come back.
This is your moment. Don't put it off. Supplies won't last forever, and the time to prepare is now. Call 1-888-988-1588 right now. You can visit ptl.tv or scan the QR code on your screen. Don't wait until it's too late. Secure your ARC seeds today. Be ready. Be prepared. Act now.